Newcastle, way on the road. We haven't been strong on the way. We gotta be stronger. Gotta score more goals. Ross Wilson, will you do your job? Find us a players. Who will take our club forward? We need to climb the Premier League. Our players need to believe in Eddie, Jason. We gotta take our chances. Rise, Newcastle. We got to rise up. Please score tomorrow. Make sure we have a clean sheet. Rise up, be counted. I worship from afar. I used to live in Newcastle, but those times are behind me. I miss home, yes I do, but I wanna see my club rise up. Hope you liked it. Straight off the top of my head, Bosh, get in there. But I did do a previous one, which was in the bedroom, called Rise Up. Good morning, Vivian. Good morning, the Pete. And good morning, Kevin. So, reading something in the Chronicle. I'm going to read it to you. Yeah. Find me little email. Bosh. Where are we? Right. The email, today's headlines. Newcastle learn how much they can spend in January with position A and that old PSR, which, let's be honest, do we understand PSR? Nah. But here we go. Newcastle United Evening Chronicle.co.uk. Now, where is it? Where is it? This is what it says. This is straight from the Chronicle. Newcastle United can drop 200 million across the next two transfer windows and still be within PSR. Let me just say something to you. We sold a player to an opposing team. We're not going to speak about the player. I did a song about him called Hey Bonnie Lad. Let's leave it there. But it was 125 million. But it wasn't 125 million. There you go. There's 125 million. No. That's the shock. It was, there's a part payment. We're going to give you the next payment. And then we're going to finish off. Why? Why did that happen? If you're going to buy a player, I am sure, I might be incorrect at this. I'll get to you in a second, Daz. Just 1 second. I'll get to you. And Raw Dog. Good morning. But if the likes of these teams, Chelsea, Manchester City, Manchester United wanted to buy a player, they'd go in and they would say, there you go. Sign on the dotted line, take your nice bonny picture with your nice shirt, and etc., etc., etc. Caesar, in you. Welcome. Now, what I want to say to you is this, yeah? The deal, 125 million. Add to the 125 million. Add to it, please. We're in a phase in the Champions League where it's not knockout yet. We've got 2 games to go. PSV, the Dutch team. Then we have the French champions. Adam Pearson has said the likelihood of knockout stage football for Newcastle United is very good. I'm going to tell you this. I believe it. There, me heart. Hit the likes, guys. Where's the money we saw? Yeah, where is that money? Where is it? Is it hiding under somebody's mattress? Is it in a bank vault? Don't know. Now, what I also wanted, because this is an interesting subject. Now, I don't really do what Antonio Mango does, and deep analysis. Same as with Stato from the Toon Review. I don't do any of that. I haven't got time. Time's important. Yeah? Time is important. So I don't do what they do. I don't do what Chris and Mark do of Evermore NUFC, where they break the game down, man, into little bits. But what I will say is this, and I've said this countless times. Whatever formation, yeah, Newcastle play, whatever formation, what I want to see Newcastle United do, what I want to see Eddie Howe say to the players is this. We have Nick Waltermaid up front. We have Johan Wissa up front. Yeah? Here's what I want to be able to see. Apparently, William Asula is now departing. Don't know where he's departing to, but he's departing. Yeah. Now, that will leave Nick Waltermaid up front, Johan Wissa. Why doesn't Newcastle United use what they've got at the minute? Do we have anybody at just outside of the first team, like in the squad, who is capable, who is young, that can come in and smack that ball into the back of the net? Either Frankfurt or Munich, yeah. Time is money, Raw Dog. It is. Yeah. Now, what I want to tell you is this, right? I'm going to walk into the city. I'm going to walk into the city and I'm going to have an appointment. I'm going to try and arrange it today. And I'm going to speak to a manager at a bank. I'm going to turn around and say to him this. Here's what I've got right here. Show him. So I'm not just saying to him, I have this, that, I have the other. I'm showing them everything. Yeah. And what I'm going to say to him is this. We've got two choices. One, we sit and we talk. And the second one, I'm out the door. Now, coming back to Newcastle United, yeah, we play Wolves at the is it the Molinex? I think that's how you pronounce it. Stadium in West Midlands. Yeah. I think the money for Isaac must be locked in a suitcase somewhere. Yeah, let's send out the search party. Yeah, in you. Are you going to wear a suit? I haven't got a suit. I've got a black one. You know what you'd wear at a funeral. I bought it years and years ago because one of my workmates had a heart attack. He didn't survive. But I do have a black suit. But do I really need to wear a suit and a tie? I've got ties. I've got loads and loads and loads of ties. But do I need it? I thought I saw Paul wearing a suit in a recent video. No. I do have one, but yeah. Now, getting back to Newcastle United. Yeah. So we can spend 200 million. Yeah. I want players like Keys Smith. I want players like young Samo, Portuguese kid. And I want Ross to just get up, pick the phone up, flat, book his flight, go speak to the kid and turn around and say, come to Newcastle with me. It's no good just talking about it. Go and do it. Go into the European market if we have to. We did that with Malik Chow and Nick Altamate, both Germans. And they speak bloody good English. So, to Ross Wilson, that who was mentioned in that little song, yeah? Go and get the players. Worry about the money later. Because we're still in the Champions League. And like me video the other day, where I mentioned Karabakh, yeah, which was in reference to Evermore NUFC, thinking because Manchester City are 2 goals up, that's it, we're going him. It's not like that. I honestly, truly believe. That's why I put it into a song. I want 2 cups. Yes, I'm being greedy. I want 2 cups. But if all of the players who set foot on a pitch play to the last drop of energy, that's possible. What we got? Blazers are quite affordable. Yeah. Wear a smile. Yeah. But as I'll speak about that 7 o'clock tonight. I'll cover that then. Newcastle United, yeah, and the songs. Rise Up, Are You Brave Enough, Hey Bonnie Lad, etc. I want to be able to turn round and pay whatever a recording studio is charging and say, look, I want to lay down an album, but there's only me, so I'm going to need other musicians. Can this be done? See what they say. Because, like, that young kid the other day, saw a clip of this young lad who was at St James's Park. And like Sam Fender, I want to do the same thing. I mean, I'll do the stack first, yeah? But that's what I want to do, I want to be able to share the music. And if by doing the music, yeah, that gets me nice things, it's a bonus. But yeah, Newcastle United, right? Apparently we've got 200 million. Let's go and spend it. Don't wait, spend it. You wait, somebody else is going to grab that person. So, Ross, get out there and do your job. Yeah? But make sure these people you're going to be bringing in to Newcastle United, make sure that they are capable. You've got to remember at the end of the day, yeah? 52,300. Yeah? 52,000 people. And the one thing Yeah. I mean, this is what I've always wanted. And it sounds crazy, but the North Sea is 30, sorry, the North Sea is 14 miles from St James's Park. 14 miles. So at 15 miles, well, you're out at sea, whether you want to or not. And what I want to see is this. It would be beautiful, totally beautiful, would be this. Boats travelling from Scotland down over in the North Sea or up over, reporting. We can hear chanting out at sea. Wouldn't that be just epic? I mean, years and years ago, right, when, they were rebuilding St James's Park, we got rid of our scoreboard, which I don't think we should have done. And I want more for the club. Who we got here? Rara Game says, I'm Liverpool. Okay, you're Liverpool. We are Newcastle United. I don't think you'd get that one by Newcastle Council. Why not? Why not? You see, the way I have done the work I'm looking at the minute, the way I've done that is it's loud. It's bloody loud. And it's loud for a reason, because I set the goal to be as loud as possible. I mean, I've come away from St James's Park. I've come away from other grounds in the country. And on a Monday morning, I was as silent as a mouse. Why? Because I was singing that hard at the game. And that's what I want. Yeah. Good morning, Leonard. Yeah, but that's it. Do you see? I mean, I want the volume. Honestly, I mean this hand on heart. Yeah, I want the volume at St James's Park as we're in the business end of the season. This is where it counts. I want it to go up from here to here, so that people who come to Newcastle to do a bit of shopping can hear what's happening at St James's. Wandering down Northumberland Street, and the roar is so loud you jump. That's what I want. Would you ever work with? No. Full stop. That company has a very high turnover of drivers. I call it the shredder, because you come in one side and it spits you out the other side in bits. So no. And if you notice, I never say the word. But yeah. So I'm going to, in the next 10 days, speak to people and push people in a direction. And I'm going to say to them, if you don't want to go in this direction, eventually you will. And same with Newcastle United. I mean, one of the projects is images, and those images I'm going to put into a new teaser. I think it'll be 5 minutes, because to go round St James's Park, you're not going to do that in a blink of an eye. It's going to take you time to walk round St James's Park. And I want to be able to say to David Hopkinson, if I can do this, which I've asked for, and all these lovely people have turned around and went, wow. Because that's what you're going to get when you watch these like 5-minute clips. It is going to be, oh wow. That's the reaction I want from you. Yeah? But not just that. I also want you in that reaction to do this. And it's so simple. Share it. Share the clip. Yeah? So others see it and go, damn, that's amazing. Our club, yeah. I've mentioned this in a few different videos. Our revenue at St James's Park, 52,300. We have 35,000 season ticket holders. And from this morning, and this is just looking at Facebook this morning, the crew from NUFC Matters had been on, and little tiny clips, it's like 5 or 6 clips. Our club has to wake up and smell the coffee. Has to. Yeah. And there are ways Newcastle United can generate a humongous amount of money. And that's honest, being honest with you at the end of the day. Because this other project, which not many know about, that project is all like, it's broken bits. But if I go back to the core principle of what I put and say, this is how it has to be, test it, then deploy it instantly. And if the club turns around and says, did you ask for permission? No. Because I've been asking for permission for years. Where's me letter? Is it flying round the universe? So no, you get what you get. And when they watch, what they're going to see is my vision of St James's. How I see the club for the next 20 years. What else we got here? Ever thought about working for Arriva? Most of my ex-colleagues did that. I don't think you should push people that aggravated assault, says Inu. So easy to wind up on you, Inu. So easy. Now's not the time for games. Just get it done. It is? Yeah. Well, when I get what I need to open Series 1 complete, Raw Dog dipped his hand in his pocket. Raw Dog's one person. Just letting you know. So the more that happens, the easier the finish line approaches. Now, of each of these projects, that's what they are, the projects with the intention. The intention is to pay a human being to do a role. So, excuse me, that's what it is. Now, in with the episodes of the Mighty Magpie Show, there's going to be something that's going to make you ask questions, because I'm doing this deliberately. Okay? And when I say deliberately, you'll go, where's that gone? Yeah? So, yeah. You should do more members on. Yeah, I'm going to. That's why I've got 2 laptops now. I have this laptop, which is the Dell Inspiron 15 3 gig, and the ThinkPad. But the ThinkPad, the screen is shorter, and I don't like that. I'm being honest, I don't like it. I want to have this year a curved screen. I already have a tower, a computer tower, and my idea is empty the tower and start again. Memory, SSD, processor, motherboard, graphics card. So I can do gaming, which I've got to learn. Again, adult learning. So that's on the cards. But I have to make sure, come May, Newcastle United are where I want them to be, which is 4th. If we get to 4th, we're in 2 finals. I'm happy. Maybe go live on 2 platforms, TikTok and all right, yeah. Well, I mean, one thing I tried to do, and it's confusing, is this. Here, having what do they call it again? What is it called? Discord. Having Discord open at the same time and doing boom, 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 you know? Which is why what I'm looking at is with the business ideas to get the equipment, put the equipment in a room and bosh, do it. But yeah. So my hope for tomorrow, Nick, Walter Maid gets on the score sheet. He needs to get on the score sheet. Bruno Guimaraes, get on the score sheet. Harvey Barnes. People are going to talk about Anthony Gordon needing to do more. Yes, put the ball in the back of the net. Do what I've seen you do, both of them, which is amazing dribbling skills, surrounded by players, and all of a sudden they're away with the ball. I want to see more of that. And what I would also like to see is this, because obviously shortly this year is a World Cup. Do good at the World Cup, but take each game as it comes. Yeah. And maybe we will have in the up and coming England squad Lewis Miley, Tino Livramento, Lewis Hall. You know, maybe. I'm not saying we're going to, but it'd be nice. Yeah. That would mean having a StreamYard. Well, I went to do StreamYard some time ago, and to have boxes, you have to pay for the boxes, which is a bit of a downer. It's a cost thing. It is. So it's the same with like paying. I'm now paying 50 plus on Seeking You. Geordie Nation's going to catch the same eventually. And then on top of that, you have the Mighty Magpie Show and these 3 separate projects. But it all comes with a cost, which is why there's going to be more videos for members only. Where else I'll just sit, if I've got to just sit there for an hour, 2 hours, just straight to the camera, fair enough, I'll do that. But I'll have a little A4 pad next to us with key points. Did you ever visit your... Yeah, of course I did. Yeah. It's just complex because it's there, but I'm just not used to it. So I'll have some water. But my hope is this. I need to provide proof of funds. So what I'm going to do is speak to the bank and say, this is what I need. You're going to help us, or am I walking out that door? Because if I walk out that door, you can run after me. But once I start walking, I ain't stopping. But yeah. Ooh. So my hope tomorrow is I want a clean sheet tomorrow. I do want a clean sheet. No goals in our net. None. If I get no goals, then what we have up front is capable of putting the ball in the back of their net. Yeah. And like I said, Ross, he needs to do his job. Go find the players, get the players signed, so we can move forward. Is there ever a match you don't want a clean sheet, Mr. G? Seems like a redundant hope, if you ask me. No, because if you have a clean sheet in you, right, and one of our players up front, Nick Waltermaid, Johan Wissa, Jacob Murphy, Anthony Alanga, Harvey Barnes, Anthony Gordon, if just any of those, never mind Joe Linton, yeah, but if any of those can put the ball in the back of their net, that's 3 points. If you keep a clean sheet, if your defence is rock solid. I'll give you an example, right? It's not Newcastle, but I'll give you an example. A young David was being interviewed years and years ago. And a young David turned around and said he practices on a very bizarre way. He practices on a golf course and he is not happy unless when he kicks the ball, it touches the top of the flag on a green, a golf green. Yeah. So he kicks the ball, and if that ball bounces on the top of the flag, he's had a good day. And he went to become something extraordinary. I hope Man U beat Man City. Yeah, it's coming up soon. I think we all need to chip in to get Paul the new tune top. It's up to yous. Yeah, it's up to yous. This was a Christmas gift, and I wanted it because when it's wet, there's a map. That's why I wanted it. There's a map when it's wet. But I want a clean sheet tomorrow. Whether it's Nick Pope in goal or whether it's Aaron Ramsdale, I want a clean sheet. And I want 2, 3. No, it's not. No, it's not, Pete. No, it's not. You can, if I turn certain ways, you can see. But when it's wet, just came out the washer and you hold it up, you can see it. Brilliant trick. Brilliant. But yeah, it's not on the back though. It's just on the front. Yeah. Because on the back is the number 9. Okay, I've got to get a new number 9 because of peeling. And at the bottom, it has 130 years. It's the map so you can get home in the rain. Good one. Good one. Do you know, years and years ago, right? I've walked from Baker all the way home, drenched, but I've done it. Is the I've got it. I've got it. Hardly lives in Nottingham. Yeah. Will Streets of Home have a map? Yeah, of course it will. Do you know, when people start to play that game, they are going to be furious. They really are. Because you're trying to get from point A to point B. The other 9 players, they want the same thing, you know, and because gravity, if your foot on that wheel is pressed just that little bit too hard and one of your competitors goes past you, yeah, you're going to be a little bit miffed, you know. But it has in the garage something special in the garage. But yeah, so that's for Streets of Home just by itself. Did you see the news about the blizzard coming next week? The one thing that troubles me is this: if it did ever happen again, the beast from the east coming across the North Sea and sucking up all of the moisture from the North Sea and then going onto land and going bush. There you go. Because when I was driving the bus, it scares you. It literally scares you, especially when you start sliding. Oh my lord, when you start sliding. I've had that, and the one place I had that bad, Kenton Bar roundabout going to Kingston Park. Tested my nerves. Literally tested my nerves. And the worst part was from the big roundabout down over. I nearly missed the turning completely. Oh no, Siberia. Oh no, road dog. That is a typo error, isn't it? Please say it is. Not from Siberia. It's got to be a typo, that man. Got to be. If you haven't already hit the like, yeah, it's free. This is the thing. I mean, people don't realize, you know. Imagine if I charged you £1 for each time. Oh dear me. Right. What else we got? According to the news, supposedly probably won't be as bad as they say. Well, if it's from Siberia, the chances are it's going to be, by the time it comes over the North Sea, it's going to collect fuel. The fuel is the North Sea. So it's going to collect fuel. And it might be 2 or 3 days of heavy. If it's more, we're in trouble. No, definitely. Siberia is one of the coldest places on planet Earth. There are places in Siberia where it's daily -20 to -40. And the vehicles they use in those places never get switched off. They have a fire underneath the vehicles out there to ensure the oil still circulates around the engine. They have to, because the other option is it all freezes. If it brings enough ice, it might encourage polar bears into the north of Scotland. No, it's not going to do that. No. Everyone should stock up. It's all there. Click on the video, and if the video has merchandise, click on it. And there's lots available. But I am thinking of a new one. Polar bears in Scotland, yeah. What would have to happen, I don't want to happen. And that would be areas of Orkneys, etc., Shetland area of Scotland freezing. I don't want that to happen. But so I prefer the Seeking You 2 merch personally. So yeah. Now I will be back 7. And we've got some work to do between now and 7. So hopefully they've introduced wild beasts in Kent. Should bring out shirts, Paul. Here's the thing written on it. Yeah, I can do that. I want this new garment the way I want it, and there's a way I can do that. But I'm thinking products will be coming from China. But yeah. So is Seeking You 2 real? Well, my version of Seeking You is definitely real. The other, couldn't tell you. I'm not even going to look at it. Same as when somebody said, oh, I've done Sunderland Nation. Okay, wow. See, the person that did that, what they didn't realise was this. The core of Geordie Nation. The core starts in one place and it has a rotation. Pi. You know pi's a circle? Yeah? You all know pi's a circle. I was starting centre of Newcastle and I said, I want this to start with. The centre in 25 mile. Now, for those of you who are aware, within 25 mile of the city centre of Newcastle upon Tyne is Sunderland, because it's 14 mile apart. So, thank you all for coming in. Thank you. More 7 p.m. But I'm not going to be on long at 7. Okay? Because there's a European football match I'm going to try and watch. So, smash that like on the way out. Do you think they would ever? No. Not in my lifetime, anyway. So, see you all at 7 o'clock. Bye.